It's already the year of 2025, and these are the cozy games that have been on our radar for a while now, and we're hoping that comes this year. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Jen, one half of the Gender Gaming Duo, and we're a gaming couple who started off on Twitch and now we make videos about games we like to see. We've got a lot of interesting titles on this list, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. The first one on our list we've been watching for a while now, and that's Loftia. This cozy multiplayer, of course, has you doing lots of things that we're used to in a cozy game like farming, crafting, and decorating, but with a cute twist on focusing on sustainability and making a better world. On top of that, this game lets you connect online with others and friends, which is really refreshing to see in a cozy game. With its cute aesthetics and a great mix of adventure, it's currently in the alpha phase, but hopefully with full access coming this year on PC, Mac, and Switch. Featured on the 2024 Wholesome Direct, Discounty is a management RPG game that has you managing your own supermarket in town, where of course you can restock your shelves, manage your store for success, and discover the quirky locals that live in your town. Of course, besides managing and decorating your shop to your liking, you have to work hard to build your relationships since this town doesn't like newcomers as much. With its cute aesthetic, I'm always open to a new management sim. They're hoping to release this game in the summer of this year on almost all platforms. Another game that brings a lot of classic cozy activities with a game, but with a twist, is Sally. Join the community as kids on a flying magic ship as they navigate through the skies doing classic cozy things like crafting, cooking, and building, while being cared for by two loving grandmothers. There are a lot of unique characters to meet and build relationships with, and finding your place in the crew. I really love the diversity and the representation in the characters, and its different animals, and even in the ecosystems. The simplicity yet adorable Ghibli-like art style game definitely makes it worth looking forward to, and it will be available on systems like PC, Switch, hopefully in Q4 of this year. Ever wanted to live your best Studio Ghibli Kiki delivery service dreams out in a video game? Then you should check out The Witch's Bakery, which is a 2D adventure RPG that has you living in a magical world as a witch baker, where you're managing your store and exploring the charming town located in Paris. On top of that, this game brings a lot of emotional aspects where the townspeople also have emotional and deep struggles that you have to find ingredients to make the perfect pastry to heal them. This beautifully crafted game will be released this year for PC. Did you love the game Good Pizza, Great Pizza, but you'd rather have it in a beverage form? Then you should check out Good Coffee, Great Coffee from the same makers. Make delicious drinks and experiment new flavors while you manage and decorate your cafe. The best part about this game is that it's actually free to play and it can be played offline. There are 200 plus customers with unique orders and personalities, cute art, and relaxing ASMR-like music in the background so you can relax while doing so. This cozy, cute, and simple game is expected to release on the 27th in the month of February for mobile. This next title technically falls under being a survival game but can be considered cozy since it has you on a floating island in the sky where you're alone or together with friends, and that's Solarpunk. Learn to survive by making shelters, growing food, and crafting new gadgets to help you explore more islands and keep your island airship afloat. The aspects that makes this game really interesting is that the environment changes on different islands, and you can also play co-op with friends where you'll have your own inventories and can either build together or apart. This futuristic, environmentally friendly game will be available on platforms like Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, hopefully for a release sometime this year. This next game I've personally had my eye on a bit since it got teased, and also Jer as well, since he's a big Lord of the Rings fan, and that's Tales of the Shire. You play as a hobbit living in a cozy life in the Shire as you get to decorate your own hobbit hole, discover and join other hobbits in their traditions and lives. I just love this twist on a cozy game with a theme that's actually really popular and an aesthetic that is so wholesome in the way that they walk to their needs and their unique foods. This game is set to be released on March 25th of this year for almost all platforms like PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and Switch. Is there such thing as a futuristic sim game? Inzoi is going to be a new life simulation game where players are able to alter a lot of different aspects of their world to curate the life and stories that they want. The game itself does have an AI-generated content disclosure, meaning that the game you can generate outfits and items based on text that you tell it, alongside 3D objects for decorations, and as well as you would expect, characters in the game are controlled through AI technology. So if you aren't completely with this, then definitely feel free not to play it. This is a very different twist on a video game and will be really interesting to see how players will react to it. It will be releasing on March 28th of this year on platforms like PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. This next game, Nomori, brings you through a mind-bending adventure game where you can control time and space and go through the spirit world. You play as Kiko that ventures through this vibrant world, but with a twist. You get to place portals, change gravity of both objects and yourself to adventure and solve different puzzles. Not only that, this game tries to make you think out of the box and through various domains and seasons to bring the Shattered Islands together as one. I really love the aesthetics of this game, and it only allows you not only to have a really visually appealing game, but also mentally stimulating. This game is hoping for a planned release in Q3 of this year for platforms like PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. Next, we have a cozy tavern simulator meets wizardry in Magic Inn, where you play as an exiled wizard who now has to oversee running a tavern and turning it into a 5-star tavern by doing things like curating the menu and managing rooms for the guests that stop by. Besides the obvious fact of what we always associate with management games, you also get to build relationships with ghost guests as well in the night for more unique rewards, and to impress disguised judges that come to your tavern, or even make it impressive enough to catch the eyes of royalty in your town. The mix of an inn simulation as well as a deck builder game is set in a fantasy world that has a planned release date for April of this year on PC. Ever wanted to run your own little cozy bookshop? Tiny Bookshop has you leaving everything behind to do exactly that, where you manage your shop in various locations of town as you stock up on your bookshop with various titles that pique the interest of different readers at different locations, as well as decorate your own cozy little shop just the way you like it. They still have their demo out on Steam if you wanted to give it a try. I personally have played the demo and it was really relaxing play, and I'm not exactly the biggest book person. If you like to keep up with their updates, you can wishlist them on Steam and join their Discord. This game is hoping to be released sometime this year for PC. Next, we have a 2D RPG merchant sim that mixes whimsical and creativity, and that's Craft Fantasy Merchant Simulator. Create interesting masterpieces in your workshop, from items like a sword made out of dragon's blood to a necklace for a mermaid, all with your own little touches. With fully voiced out active customers you get to interact with, unique crafting materials and cute artwork, and an immersive interaction fiction where the storyline branches out in different ways with possible different endings based on your actions, this makes it a really interesting play and different from a lot of the titles that we have listed so far. It does have a demo out before release if you wanted to try it out, and is hoping for a release date on March 10th of this year for PC. Want to step into a cozy narrative that adds a little magical touch with a love of tea? Then you should keep Wanderstop on your list of games this year to look forward to. Play as Alta, a fallen fighter who owns a tea shop in a magical forest. Manage and decorate your shop to your liking, gather and grow ingredients for the teas that you need to make, but should a warrior really be idly making tea quietly? You'll have to play to find out her story. I love the look of this game, and it gives me almost the same vibes as Palia if you've ever played that game before. This game is hoping to be released on March 11th of this year for PlayStation and PC. From a publisher that we really love of Team17 comes Ritual of Raven, which is a story-based farming sim. Learn why portals were opened to your world from one to the next, and help stabilize them through the help of a sage as you become their apprentice and help them also find their familiar, Flutterstoop. With your own familiar Raven by your side, learn to create magical creatures that can help you with farming herbs for portals, meet the quirky neighbors that inhabit the land with you, learn how to use the moon phases to your advantage, and collect extracts to fuse with crystals while on your endeavors. I love the art style of this game, and they've been working really hard to expand on both their character customization, adding more characters to interact with, and a more assortment for decorations for customization. They're not really sure when they'll be releasing it, but they did note that it would be sometime this year for both Switch and PC. Mix a cozy open adventure game with a giant pinball table, then you have Pendleton Park. A large corporation has been taking over the forest, so you help lost spirits and get to know the villagers, and gather things to craft new pinball elements for your world. It's hard to say from the description of what they've given to us to say what the story really is more about than that, but nevertheless, its cute aesthetics are more than enough to pique our curiosity. And as kids who used to play it growing up on space pinball from the 90s and 2000s, it hints at nostalgia for us and might be a unique play for some of you. This game has no official release date, but is planned for sometime this year. And those are some of the cozy games coming this year to 2025. We're sure there are plenty of games that we've missed, so let us know down in the comments below. What's your most anticipated cozy game releasing this year? Again, I'm Jen, one half of the Ginger Gaming Duo, and I'll see you all on the next video. Bye!